a game where you buy cars, fix them and then sell while trying to negotiate the best price for you. But the fun part starts when some shady things are involved, like stolen cars, which you can actually steal by yourself. Protagonist starts off in a pub where he performs stunt for one lady by crushing supposedly her car in a nearby roadside advertisement panel, but that turned out to be her boyfriend's car, so he had to fix it, and at this point are introduced repair mechanic. First, to repair car dents had to acquire scrap metal, and here that is just behind the pub, but later on will be additional ways to acquire it. So when car is repaired, scrap metal resources used for that. So I fixed the car, washed it, and then met one guy who for a few months is going abroad, so I can use his property. And this is where this journey of car repair business starts. So I like the introduction to the new property. Had to turn off planks to get into almost like abandoned house. Had to clean up some trash by actually throwing them in large trash container nearby. After that was additional intros. I will mention one worth mentioning. So I bought metal detector and shovel in hardware store, and in special locations scrap metals can be found. As I understood, detector senses in straight line ahead, so that is quite different in comparison with real life, but are more easily to pinpoint actual location. When it is found, just dig and collect metal. Also interesting part are protagonist biological needs. Need to sleep, eat, drink and pee, so had to balance it out. In inventory must be food for reserve. One interesting case for me was one time I did not get in time to toilet and protagonist peed himself, so automatically his criminal level increased. Was funny. At the same time, I understood that this could actually be a real thing somewhere. And also, if protagonist doesn't sleep in time, can pass out. So had to keep in mind that. So about actual car repair, at start player will have very little money, so the strategy is just to buy cheap car and one which will be damaged, so player can actually repair it and in process increase its value. So buy car, go back to shed and figure out which parts you actually need and order them. Once everything is in place, bump out some dents from car and here will be used that scrap metal resource. Then wash the car and paint it. Then is time to sell. Here actually player had to take few photos of car because then is higher chance to get client which will pay close to desired price. And talking about prices, first is when I try to sell car, I put about plus 10% and then using skill upgrades price can be negotiated on spot with client. When skill is maxed can get additional 10%. Same is when you buy car, can negotiate minus 10% lower price. Maybe feels like small numbers, but those are percents and those numbers get really big when start to trade expensive cars. Then there are some gangster stuff. I had to steal a car. There actually is additional investment to pull it off. Need lockpicks, need electronics to hack the ignition, need fake license plate. Then I go back to shed, fix it and sold it for one lady. For me that is quite a hassle to get that money. So there is a few easier ways to cheat, like knockout seller, then proceed to disassemble parts from car and then buy it for reduced price. Afterwards place everything back and sell it. That way on expensive cars can easily get around like 20k reduction. Police in this game is nuts. It's almost impossible to escape them. They just drive like crazy and catch you easily. Maybe can escape in fast cars. And another thing about them, if player drives off too far, they just respawn closer, which is kind of lame because they basically lost me anyway, so that is kind of unfair for player. Overall game is interesting and developer makes regular updates to game. There also will be additional content, new missions, larger map, so many fun stuff soon.